How you doing, everybody? I'm Strangest Amethyst, and welcome back to LEGO Races. Last time we took down Captain Redbeard, sinking his metaphorical ship, if you will, and now we're taking on the colourful King Kahuka. Of course, that means a new circuit with 4 new tracks. Thankfully, all tracks I can probably talk for days about, so let's get going. Oh my goodness, that is some dialogue right there. Oh, okay, I feel awkward. Yes, when I posted this project on Casting Call Club, shockingly enough, nobody auditioned for King Kahuka. But, enough of that, it's time to race. Oh no! There we are, ladies and gents, Melissa 13's first complete and utter failure to boost off the line. It's fine, with the potent combination of speed and perfectly timed power-ups, we're gonna get back in the game. So, welcome to Tribal Island Trail, the first level of King Kahuka's circuit. I quite like this track, it's quite colourful, there's a few shifts in atmosphere here and there, and, of course, there's a couple shortcuts to find. Oddly enough, I just passed one back there, I think I'm going to take it on the second lap so you can see it. So, King Kahuka, what's his deal? Well, where Captain Redbeard loved to spam cannonballs, King Kahuka loves to spam shields. Now, while you might think this automatically makes him a lot easier than Captain Redbeard, and to be fair, in most situations it does, especially in the sense that you can actually pass him without immediately getting shot back by something. The big double K does have the occasional surprise up his sleeve. For example, he's not beyond gunning for a green brick every now and again, and of course, in a situation where you're trying to get past him with only red bricks available and he's got a shield up, it's all too easy for your shots to get blocked so he can keep the lead. Green bricks are your friends when taking him on. Shortcuts too, apparently. As you saw there, it was that shortcut that let me close the gap between me and him, so I can laser him right there and then. Now, the other shortcut I was talking about is actually in this cave. There's another little higher platform, it's just to my left now. It's a platform covered in car-slowing sand that cuts off the cave and also gives you a couple white bricks, I think. I can't quite remember as I never take it. In my view, you usually have to be quite far in front to not lose your place taking the shortcut due to the slowing sand, which means that I usually avoid it. Ooh, just about misjudged where the bounding box ended there, goodness. Yes, what you saw there was me trying, and unfortunately failing to take the shortcut between the 2 rocks. Sometimes skidding into a corner is not the answer. This cave is actually kind of what I was referring to when I was talking about how the atmosphere of the level sort of changes earlier. I really like how it just goes from, obviously, bright and sunny, there's this weird gloomy caves and... Did King Kahuka actually just launch a cannonball at me? My word, he's channeling the Redbeard. But alas, too little too late, King Kahuka. Melissa 13 has claimed her first victory of this circuit. On to the next track! Royal Knights Raceway. And there goes everyone except me! Alas, twice in a row. Oh my word, unfortunately I think my acceleration game was not on point when I was recording this. At least Islander was there to share in my disappointment, I'll say that much. Speaking of him, one of the things I love about this game that is so obvious but I never really consciously acknowledged it until now, is how the personality of each circuit doesn't just come from the circuit champion. Every other AI racer also represents one of the tracks in the circuit. For example, the guy I mentioned just then, Islander, represents and is themed around Tribal Island Trail, while the gent with the crown and the kick-ass red and blue car you might have spotted at the starting line represents this level. Funnily enough, that guy is called Royal King. I love that name so much. It's ridiculously efficient. It's like, right, he's royal. He's a king. Royal King. Name down, moving on. We've also got Commander Cold and Achu. Yes, ACHU, Achu, representing the other 2 tracks. I really like that. It's like if you started a race on a French track in something like Forza, and some guy dressed in a red, white and blue racing suit called Pierre Paris steps out to face you. Oh no, I'd love that so much. Please, Forza owners, someone add that in. Oh no, I thought of another one. Okay, so you're racing in London, and some guy steps out of the Tower of London in like full Beefeater gear and gets in his like kick-ass sports car, and he's just called Larry London, son. Oh, would be marvellous. Goodness, it seems against the backdrop of my endless gushing over the characters, Melissa 13 has scored herself another win. On to the next stage, Ice Planet Pathway. Oh my god, 3 times! 3 times! It's a hat trick of boosting failure, ladies and gents. But luckily enough, this is Ice Planet Pathway, where anything can happen. Already, somehow someone got both an explosive barrel and an oil slick, meaning Achu and Commander Cold are now behind, giving me a very welcome chance to try and climb the ranks a little. Anyway, Ice Planet Pathway. This level was another early favourite of mine. The track's angular corners and big twisting swirl near the end make it a lot of fun to race through, and I love how it manages to look really vibrant, even though it's mostly comprised of white colours with the occasional flash of blue and red. The music is great too. There's a lot of really good music to be found in LEGO Races, but this one, I think, is one of the first ones that really gets across the intense feeling of the level it's set to really well. That sort of rush of stabbing synths attacking you at the start of the song goes a long way towards that in my view. I'm just trying my absolute best to keep a hold on third because I can just see on the minimap there is someone directly behind me. Any sort of slip up is going to push me back into fourth. From what I understand, if you finish a race in LEGO Races in anything below third place, you immediately lose because there's no way you can come back after that. Now this shortcut was part of my typical route when I used to play this back in the day, because it's so easy to get a warp along here, as you just saw, but we're not doing that today. I'm going for the twin boost, and I'm going for a manoeuvre that I didn't quite pull off. What I was trying to do there was emulate something that the time trial ghost, Veronica Voltage, who we'll be seeing later on, I was trying to emulate a move she does at that point, where she kind of just swerves over the little ridge that, you know, stops you from just dropping down onto the lower part of the swirl, and just carries on as normal. Now she's a time trial ghost, basically just a set pass, so she can do that easy, but of course as a human, bound by the laws of physics, it's a wee bit more difficult. Unfortunately, in all the hullabaloo, King Kahuka got far enough ahead that, yes, I had no chance of catching up to him, and I am left with second place. On to the final level, Amazon Adventure Alley. Oh, my boost game is back. Marvellous. Right, here we are in Amazon Adventure Alley, the final level of King Kahuka Circuit. Now, if you ask me, this looks a little bit gloomier than the previous levels. That's... okay, that's not good. Right, come on, speed. Oh god, we've been bitten by Achoo, that's not good. Come on, speed up. Ooh, dear, okay. Alright, we're in trouble. I'm just going to keep describing the level and hope things get better. Right, so it looks a little bit gloomier than the previous levels if you ask me, but that's not necessarily to say that's a bad thing. It kind of just goes for a sort of Indiana Jones deep jungle adventure kind of atmosphere that I think it pulls off really well with the muddy looking water and the blend of both vibrant and murky greens all over the place. I used to love the kind of journey of this level as well. I think it's so great how if you take the regular path, you swerve around a corner and the temple just comes into view and you go and you race through a tiny little bit of it. I love that. And of course you've got secrets like this, which seem like something straight out of an adventure film, which is great in my view. Now I believe I'm about to break my rule because gosh darn, I'm not going to lose on the last level. Forgive me. Alright, there we go. We've finally recovered from that disastrous accident at the start, and now it's all about just putting as much distance between us and King Kahuka as possible. Once again, I can see him closing in, and it's not a good thing. He's probably going to get that red brick. Is he going to shoot me? Nothing yet. Oh, we got a shield, thank goodness. Oh, now you see, that's the difference between fighting Captain Redbeard and King Kahuka. Alright, one final pass through the waterfall. I think I'm going to try and just get as much distance as possible by getting, not a warp, no worries, but the dual boosters. And with that, yep, look at that, staying away from him. Melissa 13, the comeback queen, looks like she's done it. Any second now? And we've done it, marvellous. I think we can officially pronounce King Kahuka dethroned. Ooh! Again, it's over. Oh, the fight was strong, but we came on through. We are going to the big leads. We're getting out of here. And of course, for beating him, we get King Kahuka's car set, which I must admit I quite like. It's got some pretty nice colouring and a decently useful chassis. Right, next time things get frighteningly difficult with Basil the Batlord. I've been Strangest Amethyst, and thank you very much for watching.